Hello everybody, this is Teacher Jenny from English Pie. In this video, I'm going to tell you the third function of prepositions. Now I would say this third function might be the most common and useful function of prepositions in English that people use very often. Now this is when prepositions is an adverb. They have to always go with a verb before it, forming something we called phrasal verb. Phrasal verb. Now, I don't know whether your teacher asked you to memorize idioms like Dixon idioms before or not, but most of the idioms in English are phrasal verbs. So in a later video, you're gonna see phrasal verb that contain transitive verb, which is VT 及物动词 plus preposition. And you are going to also hear intransitive verb 不及物动词 that can also go with a preposition. Are you ready for this? Let me talk about a verb plus adverb right here that becomes a transitive verb, phrasal verb in a sentence that can be followed by an object. Now here is the example. We always turn off the light. Grandma brought out Dad. My boss called off the meeting. So I turned down the job offer. Now here you can see turn off. So the word off right here goes with the verb turn to further explain the action of turn. Or you can say this is the word that helps to expand the meaning of a verb. So entirely, this one is subject, turn off is the verb, and the light is something that we have to turn off. Grandma brought up Dad. Now, here you can see grandma is the subject, Dad is the object. So Dad was brought up by grandma. My boss called off the meeting, so the meeting was actually called off by my boss. I turned down the job offer, so the job offer was turned down by me. Now, actually, all these phrasal verbs have something in common. They actually this call, bring, turn over here, they are originally transitive verbs. 它们原本就是及物动词. So something that is very fun right here is number one, you can also write it like I always turn the light off. So here it means that if this verb itself is a transitive verb at first, then you can divide the verb from its preposition and move the object between the verb and the preposition. Okay, so another example is Grandma brought up Dad. So you can also write like this. Grandma brought Dad up. Okay, so the rule goes like this. I simply move the object Dad between brought, which is the verb, and up, which is the preposition. So my boss called off the meeting. You can also say my boss called the meeting off. I turned down the job offer. I turned the job offer down. But there are also verbs that are originally intransitive. So when this intransitive verb go with a preposition, then the moving object between the verb and prepositional act cannot be done right here. So I give an example. So you can still call this a phrasal verb. So unlike the verb that is transitive, that go with a preposition and that can be followed by an object. Now this kind of combination is slightly different, but they are both called phrasal verb. Now here's an example. Mom is looking after me. Another one, we are listening to music. I will always stand by you. Now, as you can see, here we have looking after is a verb followed by a preposition. Listening to is the same, is a verb followed by a preposition. Stand by me is a verb followed by a preposition. But look, listen, and stand, originally they are intransitive. 原本它们是不及物. So here you cannot you cannot split or divide the verb from its preposition. You cannot say mom is looking me after, or we are listening music to. We will always stand you by. Now this is a no-no. So it means that you can only say that this order verb plus preposition right here to form a phrasal verb can only be in the form when the verb and preposition are stuck with each other. Now you have learned the third function of prepositions. Let's watch other videos to find out other functions of prepositions. If you like the video, please subscribe to our English Pie channel. See you soon!